It's time to talk about the books I read in December. Hi everyone, it's me, Shelby from Shelby's Crafty Books and Games, here for all your bookish videos with either a crafting or gaming twist. And in today's video, I'll be doing my December wrap-up. This is the end of 2025, ladies and gentlemen. I can't believe it's finally over. It felt like it went quick. At least for me. But anyway, let's talk about the books that I read in the last month of 2025. I read 1 physical book, 3 Kindle books, and 4 audiobooks. So without further ado, let's get into the 8 books that I read in December. The first book that I read in December was my physical book, and that is Ruby Red. And this follows a girl named Gwen as she discovers she has time traveling powers. And this started off pretty good. I really liked the character of Gwen. She was fun to read about. But then it started going downhill because it took almost half the book for her to finally decide that she needed to go find help for her time travel powers. And this is after she had gone back in time 3 times, but not staying long enough to do pretty much anything. And then she finds this group called the Guardians who are super suspicious of her for some reason. And they basically tell her nothing. And then for the last third of the book, she goes back in time and meets supposedly these other 2 time travelers that are supposedly evil. And then we end with a kiss between her and another character, and they barely have known each other for a day. So that was weird. So I really did not like it as it went. I gave it about a pretty low 3-star rating for this one. And then I tried to read the sequel, but it just wasn't working out either, and I DNF'd that. So I have a feeling I'm not going to be returning to this Ruby Red world. On to the Kindle books that I read, and the first one was The Christmas Carol. I read this as I was doing a new video series on my channel called How Close Is, where I see how close an adaptation is to the original book. This was my first time reading The Christmas Carol, and I really enjoyed it. I didn't realize how short it was, but it was well-paced and written. I really like the descriptions throughout the book. I think my favorite ghost is probably the Ghost of Christmas Present, and I really do like how Scrooge at the end changes, and I kind of maybe wished for a little bit more of that. But anyway, I gave The Christmas Carol 4 out of 5 stars. The next Kindle book I read was Curvy Girls Can't Date Bullies, and this follows a girl named Corey as she has a prank war with one of the guys in the football team named Riker. And from the description of this book, I thought there'd be more on the prank war side, and they kind of fell in love as it went. But there's only a couple of pranks toward the beginning of the book, and then out of nowhere it feels like Corey's in love with Riker, and I wasn't a big fan of that. But I did like the friendship between Corey and some of the new characters that she makes friends with in this book that are probably going to be the main characters in future books. Usually how this goes, because it follows a different person in each book. So Curvy Girls Can't Date Bullies, a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Then my final Kindle book was The Witcher Prince. This is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and I like this book a lot. I actually wish it was longer, mostly due to the fact that I wanted more character interactions, especially between the 2 main characters, Ravi and Kiana. I felt like they talked about that they spent time together, but I wanted to actually read about it, them interacting and stuff, and I felt like there wasn't enough of that. But interactions between some of the other characters, so that was okay. And then I really liked how the curse was broken in this. It's not what you think. And I also like the climax of the book as well. So those 2 things together kind of bumped up the rating for me, which all in all was a 4 out of 5 stars. Then I have 4 audiobooks that I listened to throughout the month of December. The first one is Dorothy Must Die, and this follows a girl named Amy as she's taken to Oz and must take out Dorothy, who is now a tyrannical leader. This one I liked probably the best out of the series. It had a bunch of cool setup. I really like seeing Oz being so changed and distorted thanks to what Dorothy was doing. And it had some pretty cool fight scenes, especially the ending one was really cool. I gave Dorothy Must Die a 4 out of 5 stars. Then the second audiobook that I listened to was the second book in the Dorothy Must Die series, The Wicked Will Rise. This one follows Amy as she tries to find the Order of the Wicked again, and also at the same time she's trying to protect Ozma, the rightful ruler of Oz. And so this one was okay, not as good as this last one, probably due to mostly of the romance, and it was just kind of annoying to me. There is also some good parts of it though, which is my favorite character in the series, which is probably Queen Lulu. She's in charge of the flying monkeys. She's just a riot to listen to. I don't know. I guess with a combination of how the narrator did the voice and the lines that they gave Lulu, it was really funny to listen to. I did like some of the places that Ozma and Amy do find though. So all in all, I think I would give this one a 4 out of 5 stars as well. Then the third book I listened to, which was the third book in the Dorothy Must Die series, is Yellow Brick War. This one follows Amy as she is taken back to Kansas and must find Dorothy's original shoes, hoping they will take her back to Oz. And this one was just kind of a meh book for me, though it had some cool fight scenes. It was kind of boring being back in Kansas, but I did like how Amy had to try to find a way to find the shoes. There were some cool clues to that, but they kind of added these like two characters that were kind of annoying in my opinion, and it kind of brought down the book for me. So in the end, I gave The Yellow Brick War a 3 out of 5 stars. The last book I listened to is also the last book in the Dorothy Must Die series, The End of Oz. This follows Amy as she takes on Dorothy for the final time along with the Gnome King. And this one was probably the worst out of the three, to the point where I kind of feel like the last book, Yellow Brick War, should have changed a little bit at the end, and it should have just been a trilogy. In my opinion, they could have cut the end of it off and it could have just been a trilogy, and it could have been like an okay trilogy. But this one it was just kind of bad. They have Amy, like I said, in this place called Ev, which is like a neighboring kingdom to Oz. All the while she's trying to take out Dorothy, but there's this like supposedly this cool battle happening back in Oz between all the characters that we got left behind, and it sounded way cooler to me, and I wish that had been what had been the point of the book instead. But we do have like a battle in this between Dorothy and Amy and the Gnome King and everybody, but it's not that great. Not that great. It built it up way more than what I thought was going to happen. And then the ending, the author sets up all this stuff that's like, oh, you're going to get forgotten by everybody and stuff, Amy. And then it keeps changing to the point where it kind of, at the end, it's like, oh, we're going back to Oz, yeah. So, not the best one in my opinion. And like I said, probably should have been a trilogy instead of 4 books. I gave The End of Oz 2 out of 5 stars. So these are the books plus 3 more that I do not have physical copies of that I read in the month of December, the last month of 2025. 8 books. And I think it was a pretty good reading month overall, even if I had some duds. And I can't wait to see what I read in the new year of 2026. Let me know what you read in the comments below if you read anything, and let me know if you're excited for 2026. See you guys later.